Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tom's Garage. And today you join me with the 2024 Citroen EC3. This is an all-new model here for the UK, and prices start just under £22,000. So up front we have this new grille with the chevron style going across here, and even down in this bottom part it goes and reminiscent of this Citroen badge. And even up front we've got the new retro inspired Citroen badge up here. And then the headlights in this car are full LED, and you may notice these little clips down here. On the new C3 you can get various colours for these, so this particular car is fitted with the orange, and we do have a functional vent up front there. So on this car we do have 17-inch bitone diamond cut alloy wheels, and then just on the fender here you'll notice it's got this little rived section, and it's little chevrons again repeated throughout the pattern. And then this one denotes it's an electric model with the blue E badge. And then you may notice this line here running across the side of the car on the doors. This is reminiscent of the air bumps that we've seen on the C4, the Cactus, and the Citroen C3 previously. So on the top of the car we do have roof rails, and it even says Citroen on top here. And we've also got the continuation of the colour strip on the side here. As I mentioned at the start of the video, these can be changed depending on what colour you fancy. So as we make our way around the rear of the car, we're going to be greeted with these 3D LED tail lights. Again, the chevron pattern's repeated in the bumper as well as the back of the tailgate with that retro-inspired logo. We do have a little blue E to signify this is an electric C3. So in the rear of the car we have a 310 litre boot, which is pretty decent size. It does have little tie-down hooks at the side. There is no false floor or anything like that, so what you see is what you get. Pretty high lip, but it is a decent size, and we do have an 11 kilowatt hour charger. Now the seats do fold 40-60 to give you even more space if you need it, and there's a little light as well. But that's all there is really to talk about in the boot of the new EC3. So you join me in the back of the EC3. Now I have got plenty of headroom. I am 5'11". Now sitting behind myself, knee room's pretty decent as well. I have noticed the floor's a little bit higher than maybe a conventional car what I'd like for the gap, but it's doing alright. And we do have little map pockets back here, USB-C charging as well as a 12 volt power outlet. Now the build quality in here is just pretty much the same as the front. We do have flashings of trim, and the same little tags we've seen up front, we have them in the rear. All around electric windows, and then we've got decent size door bins. On the back of the seats there's even these little pouches here, so you're able to put things like your phone in there. So you've got two separate storage on the rear of the seats. So you join me up front inside the new EC3. Now in here we're greeted with a nice fabric on the cabin here. We've also got this eye level kind of eye line display up here. It almost acts like a heads up display just because it's quite high up in your eye level. Doing it as digital, and it gives you your readout of what you can see, like for example doing 0 kilometers per hour. This is a European car, hence it being left-hand drive. We do have a 10.25 inch touchscreen here. It's pretty fast, pretty responsive. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You're able to change things like your volume through touching the buttons here on the side of it, or you can do things on the steering wheel. Now speaking of the steering wheel, it is 2-spoke, and the shape of it is kind of reminiscent to some of the Peugeots that I have seen in the past, but I do like the kind of feel of it being 2-spoke with the new Citroen logo up front. Now one little interesting quirk is the indicator noise. Now if I indicate left, hopefully you can hear that. It's got a very distinctive noise coming from the car when you indicate. It's just a little cool quirk. Also another cool quirk is we've got this little rivet here on top of the dash. Now this is where your phone holders can go in. There's some of them clip into air vents. Citroen have implemented this little ledge here so you can mount your phone. So that's quite a neat touch. Now the car does have 4 air vents. The ones on the side are running vertically, and they've got a little bit of kind of a silver metallic strip in the centre here, and the ones in the centre are running horizontally, and we've got 2 strips top and the bottom. Now we've got a nice blend of buttons in here as well, so things like your hazards and door locks are all physical buttons, and the same thing for your climate control. You can turn on your fan speed, nice big buttons, change the direction of airflow, defrost, etc. Whatever you want it to do, you have got nice buttons to touch. Now we do have our wireless charger down here, as well as 2 cup holders. Now this is the electric model, so it is only automatic. So if you put it foot in the brake, Forward for reverse, what you're going to see is a reversing camera pop up on screen, and it does have the little indicators for green, yellow and red, and then all the way down for drive, if you could appreciate, and a separate button for park. There is some black gloss plastic in here, which is a bit of a shame it will get scratched up, but love with it. We do have electronic parking brake, two USB-C chargers up front, one here and one up here for the passenger, and underneath the armrest we do have some storage. Now overall, build quality material feels alright. I do like the fact that Citroen have added these little tags on the door card. So at each door, I've got their own little tag. So for example, the one in the driver says "Be cool," passenger says "Have fun," and there's two other sayings in the rear. Now this car does have all-round electric windows and these little flashings of silver trim on the door just to kind of break it up. I do quite like this two-tone material because we've got the dark charcoal on the bottom where your jean dye is maybe not going to affect the colour of, let's say, a white interior, but we do have like off-white and grey up the top of the seat, so it is an interesting kind of dynamic breaking it up. Again, headroom's alright. We do have adjustment in the seat and we do have adjustment in the steering wheel. If I pull that forward and back, it does have reach and brake adjustment, which is nice to see at this price point. So I also want to show you on the left hand side of the steering wheel, we do have this button here that turns off the audio clip for the speed warning. So unlike some other cars, this Citroen uses a physical key with a little switchblade. So you may be curious what's underneath the bonnet in the EC3. Let me show you. Underneath we do have all the electrical gubbins. Now we do have a manual prod to hold up the bonnet, and we do have a little bit of insulation under here. But yeah, unfortunately there's no front boot or fruit in this vehicle. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video on the new EC3. Special thanks to Arnold Clark Citroen Armadale for allowing me to film this new Citroen. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to Tom's Garage below, and I will see you next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.